Here's a little video about my third visit to Canada, in this case Canada Western provinces, driving from Calgary all the way through Banff National Park, British Columbia, down to Vancouver. And what you've seen here is there was a lot of dust in the air because they got this immense fires going on. But once you get to Banff, and this is the entrance to Banff, you have this sort of landscape, and it's wonderful. And this was what I always dreamed of when I was about 13-14 years old. It is exactly these sceneries. British Columbia, I've always wanted to go there, and then I've been there as a hitchhiker, end of the 70s, 79. A mixture of hitchhiking and going by Greyhound buses all the way from Niagara Falls through Sault Ste. Marie, Toronto and Edmonton and Saskatchewan, all the way to Vancouver and then down the west coast. But what you see here, it's really stunning, really wonderful. If you compare it to the Alps, it's different. We met people from Switzerland there that said we don't have this sort of scenery. It's kind of different. And it's wilderness. You really have to be careful once you're camping out there. There's a lot of bears around there, and you see it at the campsites. They have these boxes out of metal, and you see the scratches and everything when people put their meals in there or their food. So the bears, they smell you. The ranger told us could be 10 kilometers or even more once the wind goes into their direction. So really be careful, but it's wonderful, and yeah, and that's wilderness. On the other hand, these parks are really crowded with tourists in summer, and you have the certain spots where everybody goes, like Lake Louise you've just seen, or a moraine lake. And you have to be off limits a little bit to get into this, but then you must be a little bit more experienced once you go into these areas on your own and sleep outside. And when you go down Fraser River, you go over this Lionsgate Bridge, you come into Vancouver. And Vancouver is a very nice city, one of the nicest on the North American continent, I think. You see the scenery here, it's very modern in a way, you see that here, and people are having a good time, and you have this mixture of postmodern skyscrapers like this here, and the skyline. Also at night it's very nice, and in the back you have these mountains, and you can go to Whistler, or you go up the coast, or go to Vancouver Island, do these coastal trails. But just remember, this was Indian country, and I think in a way they remember. But you see this wonderful bridge there, you go over the bridge, and then you can go to Whistler, or do some free climbing there. There's a lot of free climbers in these areas, or go by waterplane somewhere and be in the wilderness again. Yes. Well, all in all, Vancouver is very modern. It's very rich. Those apartments here might be millions of dollars to own one. On the other hand, you see the junkies in some streets. I've never seen that misery before, so keep in mind, don't take drugs or get into alcohol. This is a major reason, because it's a rich country. Everybody has sort of possibilities, and don't spoil your life by something like that. This is Gastown, old part of town, and you see, very nice, and I might go there again.